If my 15-year-old self saw myself at my Doble Quince, they'd be like, bitch, what the fuck? My name is Xitlali Celeste. I am also known as Sin Dinero, and I am having my Doble Quince this Friday.
From the right, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, slow down, baby.
It's the day before my Doble Quince, and we're here at my friend Emilia's house, who's choreographing El Baile Secreto, and we're just doing a little bit of practicing before the big day tomorrow. We've been rehearsing for like 2 weeks, but a total of like 4 times with our given schedules. So it's like, it's not as much time as I want to spend because I'm a perfectionist, but it's like, I think for the most part, we have it all down. 30 for me marks 15 years of being out as a queer person. 30 is also the year that I fully began transitioning. There's something to be said about celebrating these milestones, because if we learn anything, that's a lot of our queer ancestors and elders didn't make it this far.
5, 6, 7, 8. Out, in, 1, 2, 3.
I did tell my chambelanes and dama to like incorporate some type of pastel in their look. And then in the invites, I said, just come in your best definition of drag, because drag is different for everyone.
Period, that's it, you got it. Okay, bitch.
I'm sweaty, I'm tired. I guess I think I have like those good nerves right before a big show, which is a good thing, because that means, for me, that's just a sign that I care about what I'm doing. I'm gonna rest my feet. Tomorrow's gonna be a long day in heels, and then I'll see you tomorrow.
1, 2, 3, sorpresa!
I am a first-generation child of immigrant parents, oldest of 3 siblings. My mom found the church and found God, and we converted to Pentecostal Christian. It was a pretty sheltered upbringing. Like, I was not allowed to listen to secular music. Everything I did was policed and controlled. And it was like around 13 that I really started having to come to terms with like my feelings that weren't normal at that time, and in high school just like battling them and like saying no to them, until one day in the middle of a sermon, the pastor in front of the entire congregation outed me and like told everyone to like put their hands on me and prayed for me. That was my Joker moment. That was literally the moment where I was like, this is fucking stupid. Why am I living this way? And I was like, you know what, I'm gay. All right, well, I got my wig cap on and my hair prepped, so now it's time to get ready and get into drag. So it's primarily a fundraiser for 2 creative projects I have going, Drag Me to Life, which is a drag incubator, and the Front Porch Oracles, which is a performance collective. I'm going for like my signature look that I usually do. I'm gonna go for like a little cunty pastel moment in the eyes. Sin Dinero is, I would say, an important part of my identity. She is a character, but at the same time, she is me. And I think she basically moves my spiritual practice and art practice in a way that has allowed me room to explore that femininity that I couldn't explore before. That gives me room to imagine those worlds where I want to live and how I want to treat others. I think the ritual of putting on that makeup is like armor. When I'm her, I know my boundaries. I can say no. I have my power. I feel protected. And from there, allowing her to basically be a blueprint for who I want to be. It's starting to surge through my body. It's definitely starting to feel it more and more. I think as I put on my lashes and the last finishing touches, I think I'll be a completely different person when you see me at the venue, basically. There's like this religious Christian ceremony to most quinces where there's like an hour-long service that you all go to, and then there's like a ceremony to dignify yourself as like a woman, where you were like a girl when this first started. When planning my Doble Quince, something felt right that I had to have like a ceremony for it, but I didn't want it to be like a Christian ceremony. I brainstormed like, what can I do that's ritualistic and ceremonial, but still honors where I'm at now? So when I told Victor about wanting to incorporate that, they were like, oh, perfect, we can do a ceremony for you. And I had no idea what it was going to be, but I just knew like their practices are very much rooted in indigenous practices.
This comes from the tradition of the Mexica. This is something that I've learned in the Mexica dance tradition that I follow. And it is also something that I learned from my grandmother.
Trying to also reconcile my indigenous ancestors and trying to honor that part of myself.
Ashkan totlapalolis, itlawislampa, cheneke. Say, ometeo.
It felt right. It felt like this is where I'm supposed to be in this time. It just felt aligned with who I am becoming. Me, myself, my family, my community will have love. Me, myself, my family, my community will have joy. And me, myself, my family, my community will have abundance.
A way to honor and close your 20s or close any cycle is to be in community with ritual and with intention. I think it's beautiful to see a lot of queer folks, trans folks reclaiming that and celebrating it in a way that's ours.
Another key element of most quinces is the baile sorpresa, one of the most iconic parts of the night. You just really show that transition from like a niña to like real, like their womanhood, which I think is what quinceañeras are about, like that transition. So I wanted to include a baile sorpresa because A, I just want that spotlight, and two, I'm not a dancer and I just want to push myself out of my comfort zone, because it's like, if I'm gonna do anything on my 30th birthday is bring in that energy to learn new things and be comfortable with things I'm not used to. If there's anything I want whoever watches this to take something out of, I think it's just to like celebrate yourself, let yourself be seen, let yourself be heard. I think everyone deserves that. Pay attention to your inner child. And if your inner child says, I wish I had a quince, just throw that doble quince. Create the world that you want to create. And hopefully through there, you'll trickle your values onto others, and then you'll be surrounded by the community and the world that you want to be seen in and live in. Any celebration is worth you.